Morning, and I just thought, I've been trying to think about what you guys out there that are interested in the channel are going to be interested in. So I'm going to put together 3 little videos, I think, on the car. So what I've done, what I did to the car to start with. So from when I bought the car, the changes that I made, initial changes, up to the point where I put it into storage. Then I'm going to do another one on today, what I've decided that I don't really like about my car, and then the third one will be what I intend to do to make those changes. Then after that, I think I'll be putting together short little videos, either progress videos on you know, updates, on regular updates, probably on a weekly basis, just quite short, uncut videos. With footage of the car, and then I'll also do a few little technical specialised ones on intricate details, the things that have taken me quite a long time to sort out, but would, you know, my knowledge now will probably be of benefit to other people in the that are building a gentry. So whether that's in the gentry register or people that aren't in the register. So that's it. Once I'd dismantled the car, I did a full chassis refurbishment, completely stripped all the chassis of all the rust, etc., and painted the chassis. Then I went on to build or restore all of the suspension with new bushers and trunnions and rubber seals, as well as all the brake linings, the calipers. Did everything really to fully refurbish the chassis as it is. Painted everything. The only thing I didn't do was the differential. I thought that's something that I'd leave till the car's on the road and I can see if it's good or not, if it needs any work doing to it. Oh, and the steering rack. The steering rack needs to be. It was modified. I had to modify it to restrict the angle of the wheels where they turn, because the tyres are 15-inch diameter wheels and tyres now, 165 profile tyres, full profile tyres. So the tyres would have hit the bodywork. So I did some modifications to the steering rack to reduce the lock. The engine, well, I fully restored the engine, stripped it completely down. Checked all the crankshaft, etc. It had new mains, new big ends, new thrust washers. The crank didn't need regrinding; it was fine. The bores were really good, so I honed the bores and put new rings in. Put a duplex timing chain on, as per you get on a GT6, as a duplex tensioner as well. I put a new camshaft in it because the camshaft was showing signs of pitting on it, so new camshaft and followers went in. I put new core plugs in as well and flushed all the block out. Then I went on to fit a Triumph 2000 inlet manifold, because that gives you a bit more room at the front of the car for the carburetors. And then I decided to convert it to an alternator, so I bought an alternator probably for the same car off the Triumph 2000, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I fitted, I was thinking about fitting an oil cooler, so I bought one of these converters for a canister oil filter. But I think what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be selling that, because I quite like the old traditional oil filter cover, so I'm going to be blasting and powder coating that. just want to make it look more old-fashioned and authentic. So the front of the car was modified as per to look like a TF. The bonnet that came with it I sold, and I had a new bonnet made, which you'll probably see in a later picture. Pushed the radiator grille back as far as it could go, to put the grille behind the line of the headlights as per the TF. The engine, incidentally, was moved back about 6 inches in the chassis. I moved it back as far as the chassis would let me, to try and give me as much room up front for the radiator and the grille. The centre of the car, the doors, they were the original shape of the doors. Again, I didn't like that shape. Didn't know what was wrong with the centre of the car to start with. Then I realised it was the scuttle that was in the wrong place. So the scuttle being the wrong shape, what I did was I built up a new replica scuttle out of timber, and then took a mould off it and made some fiberglass panels. I actually sold 2 many years ago to other members of the Gentry Register. So I don't know if you've got one on your car out there. Drop me a line and let me know how it's going. Reshape the doors to the right profile of an MGTF. So yeah, the rear of the car. One of the first things I did was I took the rear wings off and modified the tank cover to make it look like a separate tank, which is what the MGTF has. Those are chrome TF side panels, which you can get, which sort of dictate the shape of the tank. Inside that is a Spitfire fuel tank, which I had to modify. I moved it from a central filler to a side mounting filler. That's it for the back, really. Altered the chassis slightly, so I can put some framework on to carry the spare wheel at some point, which is a job I shall have to do at some point in the future. Here you can see a picture of the car, looking quite sad. It was that's how it was in storage. Had some cloths over it. This picture shows the radiator grille, the replica grille, which I bought many years ago, and behind it is an Austin Maxi radiator to keep it cool, keep the 2-litre engine cool. You can see the front wings. I've reprofiled the front wings. I've actually lengthened the inner part of the wing next to the grille, and the outer part of the wing. I've reshaped that. I've added some material on it to produce a more curvy sort of teardrop shape at the end, which is what the TF has. Another picture of the car as it was stood. Again, you can see the rear tank, shape of the rear tank, the wire wheels obviously there. You can probably just make out the scuttle. I'll put some better pictures of that when I get closer to doing that part of the car. I also bought some replica windscreen feet, some bronze castings for the feet and the side pillars. I also managed to get hold of the F section brass channel, which the windscreen is made out of. I think that's still readily available today. You can see better the shape of the scuttle there. That is a panel that I made, which is currently on the car, and the side panel of the petrol tank with the side-mounted filler is on there. So the only thing that's missing off there is the chrome end finishes. This is a battery box that I made. I replaced the fiberglass bulkhead with some structural steel work underneath there, and I just dropped a battery box in there, and you can see on the left there, that's the copper brake pipes, the copper nickel brake pipes, which run to a maxi pressure pressure differential warning actuator off an Austin Maxi. As I put dual circuit GT6 export GT6 master cylinder on it as well to improve the braking, bring it a bit more up to date. Picture of the car, obviously in the garage. This is where the garage has been. I'm going through the garage and cleaning it all up. You can see on the car, it's I think it's sitting on its axle stands, but it's got the wire wheels on it, and you can just make out the folding hood frame. The hood frame is which is a genuine MGTF folding hood frame, so I will get the exact proportions of the hood correct from the profile point of view. The car is about, I think it's an inch narrower than a TF, so I had to cut the frame in half and take an inch out of it and splice it down the middle. So that's about all you can see from there. I've got no side screens at all. There's another view down the side of the car showing just the petrol tank, Spitfire petrol tank in place. You can see the scuttle again, scuttle shape there, and some of the reinforcing underneath the dashboard. Yeah, nice tidy bench in place, ready for me to start work. You can see a better picture of the front end of the car. That's the new handmade aluminium bonnet, which a good friend of mine made for me many years ago. Again, obviously it's centre hinge, but it's got a radius at the back, which better fits up with the shape of the scuttle, which is different. You can see the scuttle panel a lot more clearly there, and also the windscreen side, one of the side frames. Yeah, they're both on there. The bronze castings, rough bronze castings that I bought. I think I bought those off Nick Welsh, another Gentry registered member. You can see the side panels. I've had the louvers stamped in the side panels. That is a new side panel that I had made, because the original side panel had a hole in it for the carburetors the air filter to stick out, and a plastic fiberglass bulge on it, which is something that I didn't want. So I've changed that. And of course, I bought myself a set of brand new wire wheels, painted in silver. The car's never been anywhere, but the ravages of time and sitting for sort of 30 years, moisture in the atmosphere has got to them, and you can see signs of rust coming through the paint. So these will all need to be stripped down, the tyres taken off, and I'm going to be powder coating these, which is why I built the powder coating facility. I also had obviously splined adapters for these, which came with the kit, and I'll be doing a little special on those specifically to highlight a problem that I came across. And I just think it's worth sharing so that everybody else out there can check that they're not suffering with the same problem. So that brings you to the end of roughly what I did to the car. So the next video will be about what I don't like about the car, so stay tuned.